We've all heard of the phrase, three's a crowd, right? Well, in the case of my guest today, three may not be enough because despite having three parents, his bio mom Valerie, bio dad Howard, and stepmother Rachel, invested in his future, 28-year-old Devan says he has zero direction in his life, spends his days smoking weed and playing video games. Now, while Devan is figuring out what he wants to do with his life, Howard says he has spent tens of thousands of dollars on his son over the years, bailing him out of jail, buying him not one, not two, but three cars, and paying his rent for the past year and a half. Now, Devan told my staff that he has a stronger connection to his stepmother, Rachel, than he does to either of his biological parents. But what does Rachel have to say about Devan?
My 28-year-old stepson is really struggling right now with a failure to launch. Although he's 28 years old, he's really acting more like he's 15. He is smoking pot regularly. Devan is struggling to pay his rent. He's struggling with a relationship with his father. When Devan is invited to family gatherings, he oftentimes asks for gas money or will not come. A few years ago, Devan did end up living in his car. Devan's father has been paying Devan's bills for the last year and a half. Howard was giving Devan $1,800 a month and just recently stopped paying, and now Devan is about to be evicted from his apartment. The relationship with Devan and his father is very strained. Howard is a very strict parent, although it goes beyond strict to more of structured in an unrealistic way. Devan often turns to rage with his father. One sentence such as, "Devan, have you gotten a job yet?" Devan is angry, he's yelling, he's cussing. I feel like I am absolutely a mediator between Devan and his father. I'm feeling very overwhelmed. I love Devan. If Howard cuts Devan off, I feel that he will spiral and possibly be back in his car.
My son Devan has a failure to launch problem. When things aren't happening the way he'd like them to be, he gets angry and he blows up. When Devan was 5, his mother and I divorced. We definitely had differences when it came to parenting.
Howard was very strict. Everything had to be perfect. If it wasn't, he'd blow a gasket.
Devan needed to do his chores or homework, be responsible for himself, and those things just weren't being followed through.
Devan's behavior was very much like his dad's. He would throw things, slam doors. Because of Devan's outburst, I decided to hide the knives because I was scared he would use them.
Valerie would rage, yell at the kids, at me, and Devan saw this. And being around that had a lot of influence on his temperament. Financially, I have always taken care of Devan. I have purchased Devan 3 automobiles. There was a period in time where Devan had nowhere to live. He started sleeping in his car. 2.5 years ago, he wanted to attend a trade school and become an electrician. Devan asked if I would co-sign for an apartment. All he would need is $500 a month. I believed in Devan, and I agreed to do that. I wound up paying up to $1,800 a month for the next year. 2 weeks ago, I found out Devan owed over $3,000 in back rent. I'm on the hook for it. I signed for that apartment.
Devan needs to adult up, not blame everybody else for why he isn't getting things done.
Devan is taking advantage of me. It frustrates the heck out of me to see him not want to do it for himself.
So we have three people here that all care about him and love him, but yet he's not taking an adult role in his own life. Why do you think your son is not living like an adult?
I really don't know what the reason of that is.
Okay. Do you think you paying his bills and kind of being a backstop for him has made that possible?
I think it has today, although I have given him tough love in the past, and I have cut him off before.
Mm-hmm. But you didn't stay with that. What's your theory, Valerie, in this?
I think he just has a hard time blaming everybody for his past, and he uses that as an excuse for his future.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.